A couple computers that aren't coming up.
Should be a 2-minute break.
Well, 2-minute delay in case anybody online is wondering what's going on. First up was you have the invocation. Pastor Tennant was unavailable today, so today we have Pastor Truwin. Thank you, sir.
So I'm the second choice?
Not at all, sir.
You're in the next choice.
I've been telling everybody, call me, I'm retired, but I'm still here. So I'm glad to be here today. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for all of these people from our county that have stood forward to be on this board and accomplish the business that they have to take care of for our county. We ask you to be with them as they make these decisions today, that they make them being well advised of what the situation is in each situation. We ask you to bless them in this meeting, keep them calm and cool, and all the people that have to get up and say things as well. We ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Our next meeting is May 19th.
I'll check my calendar.
Okay. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Do that on the computer.
All are present, and Joe Borodka is virtually present online.
I think that's right.
I got
It should connect now.
Okay. Hopefully that's enough of that. Communications and announcements. Do we have any communications from board members or announcements? Mr. Polachek.
Mr. Chairman, are we going to discuss the Facebook articles that are coming out and have no truth in them whatsoever?
We should discuss it, but I don't believe we will today because it's not on the agenda. But if you would like to make some comments about it, we can certainly listen.
Well, I would just like to say there's no truth to any of it whatsoever. But the person that's responsible for it does have an imagination. You know, she ranks right up in there with Orson Welles and Alfred Hitchcock. But I wish she would physically come to a meeting and see what goes on and maybe get some truths. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other board members? Okay, we'll move on. Public comments. Anybody signed up to have public comment? All right, nobody signed up. Is there anybody online? *6 to unmute. Do you have any comment? Okay, hearing none, no public comment. That's presentations, employee recognitions, Laura Paulskill.
Good morning.
Morning.
We have a number of employees to recognize today who have milestone anniversaries. So I know that some of them are here with us. So if you are, you can stand up when I read your name. So we're going to start with our 1-year anniversaries. We have Annie Meyer, who is the Executive Administrative Assistant with the Sheriff's Office. Nancy Olson, who is the UW Extension Program Assistant. And Cindy and Lauren Erickson, you're not matched up there. Oh, okay. Oh, weird. You didn't get it. Okay, sorry. Cindy and Lauren Erickson, who are the home delivered meals drivers for Olema area. So that's our 1 year. Yay. 5 years, we've got Brandon Kozak, who is a corrections officer and civilian dispatcher with the Sheriff's Department. Years, we have Christy Lavacek, our forestry administrative assistant. And at a big 25 years, we have Chrisanne Bastille, who is the Health and Human Services Accounting Assistant. And we'll give them both a round of applause. I like it. Yeah. And then David Wesnick, who is Deputy Sheriff. So thank you very much to all of our employees, and thank you for you guys for taking the time to recognize them.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you to all these employees for your service to the county. Next up, presentation number 2, Buck Tussle, Jesse Lane.
Good morning, everyone.
Just one quick thing. I'm going to let him give his presentation and then I'll open it up to questions after.
Absolutely. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Jesse Lane. I work with Bug Tussle, title of VP of Strategic Development. What does that mean? I am county facing in a lot of the communications that you'll receive and the communication back and forth between our company, and as well as the carry out of product launches within the county itself. So currently, the project that we're working on right now, we have 6 tower sites across Price County that we are considering. Just a very, very brief synopsis. We gather these towers and locations through meetings that we've had with Nick Trimner, as well as some meetings with Northway to ensure that the tower placement and structures would meet the needs of the county if and when we do proceed with the builds. This would provide a great solution for the E911 and emergency management services in Price County, which that very brief part brings me to sort of where we're at today. Where we're at today, we're currently in negotiations with multiple vendors to co-locate on these 6 towers. So as we evaluate these projects, the most important factor we have to consider is the project's ability to service the debt inquired through the bond that we have with Price County. The co-location is vital to ensure that project's financial viability. I understand timeline is the most important question that we have in here. And I do just want to get us all out ahead of it and just let you know I don't have a concrete answer to give you just yet. While we're operating on the timeline and negotiations with these other vendors, it would be reckless of me to stand here and give you a concrete answer or date where we believe we could come to agreement, though we are we are working towards that goal. So if there is any questions, I'm happy to gather them and take them back to the team or field them here.
Mr. Polachek.
I don't have a question, Jesse, but I
Yes.
do have a comment. When we signed on with Bug Tussle,
Mhm.
well, first of all, we're in dire straits with our emergency radio system.
Yeah.
And we were led to believe that within a year there would be some action on it. And
Mhm.
that's been 2 years ago. And now we're really in a bad spot
Mhm.
because we don't know if we should continue with Bug Tussle or if we should go and go into long-term borrowing and update our system for ourselves. I just want to impress on you the urgency of getting something going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you didn't frame that as a question, but just to comment back to you that urgency is not lost upon us. That has been made abundantly clear, and we are working towards it as quickly as we can. As for the timeline and why it has taken so long, I do apologize for that sort of miscommunication on our part, and that we haven't carried out these projects in a better or more timely way. But I know moving forward that we have a good path forward. We have a good path of communication, and we're hoping to really help the county.
Do you have just a good faith estimate as to when it might come to fruition?
Not one that I would want to give just out of not wanting to set us up for any further disappointment in the county. I do communicate very regularly with Nick. When I do have an estimate, the county will know within the day that I do know.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? I just have 2. One is the locations. Are those set in stone pretty much, or are they still being?
Yeah, the locations for the most part are set in stone, give or take. They could move a certain amount of feet in any direction, but Nick, I believe you do have the tower locations
Yeah, we
that we could see here.
just wanted to verify that
Yep, these are the
Okay.
locations that we're working under.
there'll be 6 for sure.
Yes.
And I guess the next question goes hand in hand with the timeline on negotiations.
Mhm.
If you negotiate successfully, can you guess if there's going to be any cost overruns? Because the tone here right now is 15 million all you're going to get.
So are you speaking cost overruns in the bonding in itself in totality? No, there would not be for this project.
So you're certain or fairly certain, nothing stands for certain, but that we won't have to bring this back and ask for more money if negotiations go the way that you anticipate or hope.
Yeah, if the negotiations go the way that we anticipate and yes, hope that they do, we would not need additional funding. There would be actually plenty of funding left on the side that we hope to continue to try to find ways to build out and benefit in Price County, including support other carriers in their efforts in their BEAD build outs.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Trimmer? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead, Jeff.
So you identified the 6 tower locations. Have those the land been acquired for the construction of those towers?
I believe we're in talks with 4 of them and 2 of them have, yes.
So 2 are over the finish line and 2 or 4 are in process.
Yes, sir.
Where are you at in that piece of the puzzle? Are you 25% in, 75% in on that land acquisition?
Yeah, that's not an answer I have for you. Just right now, it's something I take back to the team and get for you.
Okay.
Certainly.
Because how long have you been negotiating those since the day we signed on with Bug Tussle, or is that something that's been recently started?
No, these would be more recent, much more recent.
And I guess my other question is, do we have a regular cadence set up with you to meet like with Nick and Brian? Is that like a bi-weekly call, monthly call? What are you guys doing from a open line of communication?
Yeah, so we do have an open line of communication. Nick can reach out to me anytime via phone or email. We're pretty responsive to one another. We don't have a set level of communication right now where we have a set meeting per week or every 2 weeks, but I would say Nick and I talk at least every 2 weeks currently.
Would that help keep things on track if we had a every 2-week call with them, it's 60 minutes, and at least get the updates for the day?
I think I don't know if we necessarily need like every 2 weeks on this date at this time. Bug Tussle has been very responsive recently with requests to meet, whether it's the board chair or myself. On the other side, I put together a group of, I think it's 16, 17 counties that all work with Bug Tussle in some shape or form. We do meet regularly as that group. So actually tomorrow we have a meeting where Bug Tussle CEO and some others are going to be presenting to that group to kind of get the in-depth communication issues that we've all had over the last couple months ironed out. But I would say we do meet regularly, just not scheduled. Mm-hmm. I know once projects or like groundbreaking happens, a lot of the counties then put in place a monthly or biweekly meeting so that you know what's going on when it's happening. A lot of that has to do with the sign off. So for those who are new, we have $15 million that's sitting in a bank that Bug Tussle doesn't have access to. We don't have access to without a draw request. So the draw request would be Bug Tussle purchases metal for the tower. I have a meeting. They say, yep, here's the tower. Here's the invoices. Here's proof of we've done something. Like I can ask for a whole bunch of things before it's signed off. So the board gave permission to the county administrative position to be that point of contact that would then release the funding. So far we've had, I believe, 3 draws total. The first draw was for our payment. So part of this $15 million, we get 0.40 or 40 basis points as like a payment. So we get paid out of that bond. So we've done 2 draws where we got our payment, which is sitting there, and we've used that for either legal fees or small, like we're going to do an RFP. The executive committee approved an RFP that eventually will have a resolution that just says we're going to use some of that funding to get a third party to oversee our radio project. We could also use that for payments if we do debt for the radio project. But that's 2 of the draws. And then the third draw I don't even know if I've signed it yet. I know we have a third draw sitting out there. It's about $7,000, and that's for engineering costs for things like you had talked about with the land acquisition, viability of the project.
Just a side note to, excuse me, side note to that is the administrator has informed me when there has been a draw request.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask another
Yeah,
follow-up
go ahead,
question?
Mr. Holder.
So originally on this project, when it started, I think a few years ago, I was at least privy to all the conversations. Have you had a scope change on this project? 'Cause I think originally there was some discussion of, I'll say, cellular type of internet services, and I think the landscape has changed on internet these days. So what is your updated project plan, and what is the scope of your project looking like?
Yes, that is a great question. Sorry, the project scope has changed some. The original project scope did have fiber running east to west across the southern part of the county. We are reevaluating all of those. I will say as these 6 tower sites go up, we always put our fixed wireless equipment on the towers. So that would bring fixed services to certain members of the community through, as you said, cellular internet services. The only scope changes necessarily would be that fiber that is currently being reevaluated to see how we could more or less assist other BEAD winners in a way that has a lot more financial sense to us and to the county. So.
Sure. I got a couple follow-up things. First of all, could you clarify, is the tower location, that's a lease agreement? You don't purchase the property, correct?
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. And then the 2 locations that you have come to a lease agreement, are they ones that the county needs for our equipment?
They would be included in the 6 that are listed on there. Nick and I did speak of
Well,
this.
we're not going to use all 6, I don't believe, as a county. We don't know yet. Okay. And if they are, could we ask that you do them first?
Yes.
Okay.
I will bring that back to the team, and that is a conversation I wanted to have with Nick as well here to evaluate the 2 sites that one is currently actually up already and another in progress. So 2 of the 4 are actively being worked on that I think there could be a more short-term arrangement made to get access to.
Okay, that sounds good. Any other questions? Mr. Trimmer?
And talking about the towers, so the 2 that are up are the Georgetown area, Catawba, and then the Odison Road one is the one that's in progress. Both those would fit within our current thought process of where the equipment would go. One concern we have with, and it's not a concern, Chief Deputy Hahn just left, but he was part of the meetings. IT, I don't believe Sheriff, you were in the last one, but we were talking about when we look at coverage, we know we're not going to get 100%, right? 100% is really, really difficult unless they put a tower in the middle of nowhere. And so where we're struggling right now is this bottom right corner of the county. So south of Spirit. But what we talked about is with this Odison Road one, when I have my cursor, the cursor doesn't show up there, but it's right west of Ogama. That one there does cover our high populated areas that the hill, not hill, Tim's Hill. I want to say Hill Beans, but Tim's Hill, anywhere we would have large scale events. So we looked at, that was one thing we had, like the Sheriff's Department, we discussed, okay, where do we have large gatherings that would need that, whether it's cell phone coverage or in our case, radio coverage if there was an emergency. So one of our concerns was Tim's Hill because they have cross country events out there. They have snowshoe events out there. They have family gatherings out there. So we knew that was at least had to go to there and beyond slightly. That was the big area. Otherwise, the other locations we're talking about, like west of Park Falls, that one covers all the area on the west side of Price County. The central ones were good. The one they're still looking at, you can see there's 3 triangles over here. I know they've narrowed it down. I don't know which one it was, but that would cover the east side of Phillips Central. I know there's been a lot of discussion in the Pike Lake area. That one, the difficult part with that one is, and you can talk about it, is there's another tower for the county to the east of us that's right on the other side. So it's just on the other side of the lake up there. And so it's a difficult position to be put in, because if you're a carrier, you know, a cell phone carrier, do you want to be 4 miles away, tower to tower? So it's one of those where either we move it west a little bit, or again, it's up to the Bug Tussle team to decide what's financially viable for that. Anything on the towers that we talked about?
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head for everything that we've been discussing there. I will say, and Nick, I can get sent to you right after the 6 locations that we have pinpointed without the sort of extras on the map, so you can see more precise locations to them. But no follow up to that. I will say we have great partners that we work with. We have worked with a lot of these major carriers many times, so we're very hopeful to get it done. But that is one of the hurdles that we face, is sort of a lower population and as well as the space between the sites themselves.
So the other thing we've talked about a little bit is the bead. So originally, when we were talking about this project, it wasn't talked about, but I think bead was a big part of what the prospective project would look like. So that's why it's been narrowed down to what it is. So do you want to talk about the bead and how that's affected?
Yeah, you are correct. The original project and scope of the project, there were certain parts of the project that were being had stronger legs to stand on because of other parts of the project, specifically with that fiber run that we had going east to west. Without that project and with bead coming through, that makes that a lot more challenging and brings a lot more competition that is going to be able to build in these areas for much, much cheaper. So it has sort of overall changed the scope of the project just due to the nature of that piece not being as financially viable. And that's why it brings us to where we're at now, where we hope to continue with these projects. And as we continue with these projects, we will have, talks with the other carriers and other providers within Price County to assist in their build outs through BEAD and otherwise, to continue assisting in the county to get, fixed services and fiber to the people.
Can I ask for a clarification?
Go ahead, Mr. Albert.
What is BEAD?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, BEAD was the government.
Acronym new to the board. So.
Yep, BEAD was a government program where they brought funding into underserved and unserved areas, where they would match a certain dollar amount to bring connected services to a home. And you would bid on the carriers and providers would all bid on certain areas. And you couldn't see what anyone else was bidding, so a bunch of people won in sporadic places all throughout. And we did not win in Price County. So we're looking forward to see how we can assist those that did win in Price County and see how we could benefit to them and bring services.
Thank you for the additional clarity.
Yes.
Mr. Polchak. Mr. Chairman, we have the sheriff in attendance today, and this greatly affects his department. I just wonder if he had any questions or comments.
I think you're striking the chord correctly. You're doing well.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kopich.
Yeah, when we first got into the project, there must have been an estimated date when we would have things up and running. What was that date and what is it now?
Yeah, so when we first got into the project, we had a representative from Bug Tussle, Mitch Olson, was here, and I think there was a lot of speculation, and we were all hoping it was about 18 months and everything. We'd have all these towers and all this cell phone. I don't, that's the question we're having, is where are we at and what are we doing? I know we had about a year of, I don't want to call it blackout, but there was a lot of, we signed on and then the representative kind of disappeared for Bug Tussle because they had a lot of projects going. And again, I shouldn't speculate. There was a lot going on. We were not a priority in the line of projects. So we kind of were sold something. It's still there. I'm not saying we got sold a bill of goods and we're never going to see it. It's just, it was hurry up and get it done so they could get the bond going. And so I don't know what the timeline is now. That's why we have this RFP for the radio project, that we need to work with Bug Tussle to say it's now or never, paint or get off the ladder, because we have a project that's coming that is, we have to finish in the next 2 years. Our end of life for our radios is coming. And again, I want to be cautious. End of life does not mean end of service. End of life means it's harder to get it serviced by the companies that installed it. So we have a lot of IT, backup drives that are end of life, but we have third parties that can service them. So our radio project, we're trying to get ahead of when that end of life comes. It's not like a big, some company comes in a van and goes to the switch and goes, okay, end of life, we're walking away. That's not how it works. It still all works. It just becomes a very difficult product to maintain long term. So we know that in the next 2 years, our radios are coming to that point of we need to do something. Our goal with the radio project is by 2028. That's what I've been telling the Motorola when we work with them is we have this year, we're going to work on what does the project look like. 2027 would be the year of buying all the product, putting it in, getting it either on a tower or on our current towers or in our server rooms, get everything lined up, parallel everything. And then by 2028, that's when the switchover happens. We got a lot of things to look at for that project. Part of the RFP is, are there grants out? We've been working with the federal government to say, are there earmarks? So that you can say, hey, we're a rural community, we have communications, there's programs out there to help with some of those costs. So our timeline's 2 years. I don't know what the tower, it's.
To answer your question, Ms. Kopich, my recollection is Mr. Olson gave us the implication it was going to take a year to 18 months.
Yeah.
There was never any firm date in writing or given. But then things kind of just, I don't know, fell apart, got quiet. And well, here we are. So now that's why we keep letting them know we need a firm date and we need it now. And if it doesn't happen soon, we're just going to have to make a decision as a board to go forward without them.
Yeah, and the year to 18 months would fit very well with what the sheriff needs or law enforcement needs. What is this drop dead date? How quick is that? We're not going to wait 2 years and make a decision.
No.
When do we make that decision that we're moving along quickly enough or we're taking a different route?
So with what we're working on with this RFP, we're going to bring in a company to say, what are our options? We're at a T in the road. If we go, if Bug Tussle comes to us and says, we can do this within the 18 months or whatever, there's more in writing than just speculative, like we're looking at land. Mm-hmm. Then we can go route A, which is with Bug Tussle, using their towers, co-locating really is the key on that. They're also going to put together a plan that says, we currently have 3 towers. Can we do it with the 3 towers, or do we go on 1 extra tower? What kind of equipment, the larger equipment we would need to be able to spread that signal further. And then we'll come to a head that says, I'm guessing by the end of this year, we would need to know, because that's when we're going to be purchasing for 2020. That's when we'll have to take out, if it's debt, and we'll have to have debt either way, I'm assuming, for all the radio project. We'll need to know by budget time, are we going with option A, which is co-locating, or option B, which is locating and updating maybe our tower in the central. That's a big key to it, is there's going to be additional costs. Our tower here is 100 feet. 50 feet, and we need to go up to 120, 130 to make sure that we can spread that signal out. So there's additional costs on option B. But again, until we get what option A and B are and work with Motorola or Kenwood or all the products, there's a lot of dominoes, moving parts. I can't give you a drop dead like, oh, we got to kick them out of the room by July.
I think that will come more into focus once the RFP is presented, because that'll tell us what we need in either direction and how long it's going to take to do it. Correct?
Yeah. Correct. Yep.
I wish I would have gotten a better answer. Imagine the next 90 days are going to be pretty critical if we get our stuff going. And I imagine in that time frame, you should be able to have a pretty good feel of whether this is going to work or not.
Yeah, I would say that 90 to 120 days of like, this is the go time for
You're
them
going to have to know that this is going to be a go or not, or you just don't keep treading water until it's too late. No,
Yeah.
We can't, because we're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
We'll need to make a decision by budget time, because we're going to have to do something in the budget, whether it's we're going to need equipment left or right. If you take option A or B, we're going to need equipment, which really is your August, September, October. timeline. So that's our drop dead.
I heard August, but
Yeah.
Me too.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Hodag.
So Jesse, I feel for you because I think you've been thrown into the lion's pit. And I'm sorry for that, but you know, there were many of us that were skeptical as it was coming down. And now it has really become a contentious issue within our county, which is not fun for anyone. If you cannot promise us, if you cannot be honest and transparent with everyone, us and the county, then I would just say, why don't you just get the heck out and let us move on and do what we need to do? So that's kind of my thought is, if you don't have these answers, then quit dragging us along. That's what I'm saying.
I think we're all thinking that. Thanks for saying it. Anybody else?
One thing too is for the people that are newer on the board. When this first came out, Bug Tussle came to us and said, "Oh, wireless internet." But the board was very clear that wireless internet was not the priority with this project. The priority was the radios. So public service, the radio project for public safety. And then secondary was cell phone service. We have a cell phone desert. It's slowly been getting better over the years. I mean, we had new tower in Prentice. We have a new tower in Brantwood. Some people took out a tower up by the Park Falls area. So there's still third parties or other people putting up the towers outside of Bug Tussle. But that was kind of the priority list, right? The public service, cell phones, and then great, we're going to help people with internet. You know, that's still a priority, but 1 and 2 were really what this was sold on. So I think that's still being covered under this. And that's why they still want to keep working with finding the right location that works with our public safety rather than just here, this works good for their business practice.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are entirely aligned on goal within Price County, what the county needs, and how to make it happen. And we are working hard towards it. I assure you that if there is a point in this where this is not possible or we don't think it will happen, the county will know. I'm not going to stand up here and try to, appease anybody. I'm not going to lie to you. That's one of, the big things that, has got us in trouble in the past is going radio silent or telling you things that were not true. That's why, today, I can't even make a speculative comment on the timeline we face because I just do not want us to end up in this situation anymore. As I do really understand how vital this is for the county moving forward right now. So that I assure you again that the need in the county and the need for communication and the need for clarity moving forward is vital, and you will have it.
Would it be out of line to ask you to give us an update on a monthly basis, either to the full board or at least executive? Virtual, you don't have to come
Yes,
in
absolutely.
person, but at least give the committee an update.
Yes, I can.
And at least we know every 30 days or so what's going on. I mean, everybody will know, in a public forum. Go ahead.
One of the other things with that group of counties, we're all working together on the communication thing. One thing that we are requesting, part of our conversation tomorrow, and they pre-received what we're asking for, and I know we're not going to get it tomorrow, but we are asking for updated performas. So when we started this project, if you were part of the discussion, they delivered performas, which is like what this tower would mean to the company and how they'd be able to cover the bond payments. And then we're also asking for construction timelines for all counties. So even though, so say Price County's in the mix, we don't want to just be told, oh, we're in the mix. What county are you working on and where? So it'll be like a schedule. Like right now we're working in Marathon County. That team is slated to move to Oneida County, then to Price County. Because that was a lot of the problem in the past is nobody knew who was working. Well, they knew, but we as counties didn't know who was working where. And so we were just getting, as Paul was calling it, strung along, right? Oh, they're coming. Well, we want a construction timeline because there's one available. They're not flying by the seat of their pants, I hope, at Bug Tussle. So we're requesting things like that so that we're more involved as the counties, as a partner rather than just the financial backer, I guess. That was a big one. Again, a lot of just communication. Where are we at? I know in Jesse's new role that has changed a ton in the last 2 months. We went through a few people in between, but Jesse's been here for a while now, and much more accessible. So that's been good.
Yes, absolutely, Nick. And just to comment back to that, we do have counties with active construction do get monthly snapshot updates, we call them, where it will show sort of the progress. It'll outline what is new in the monthly update. It'll have information for latest draws and things of that nature. So we are working on that actively.
Anything else? Anybody else? I just, one more thing. You said you're going to send us an updated map.
Yes.
I asked that you send that to Nick, and Nick, could you send it out to everybody then? Okay, whatever.
Do we?
And
Go
go ahead.
Oh, my last question, just so people know, there has been some change structurally within Bug Tussle. Right now, you're with a temporary CEO who used to be CEO. Do you want to talk a little bit? I mean, you don't have to go into detail because this group doesn't need to know, but that's who we've been meeting with is what do we call it? Interim? I don't know what his official CEO title is right now, and some of the VPs.
Yeah, absolutely. We are operating with a former CEO acting as current CEO. He's president emeritus. He's actually founder of the company, Steve Schneider. And we have made a lot of leadership changes from top to bottom. The entire planning team developing these projects and the entire project in fiber development team is also different. So new team head to shoulders. Myself, I am new in the communications role as well. So you do have a fully revamped and new crew that you're working with Bug Tussle currently as compared to old one. And just further comment to earlier, Mitch Olson is not with Bug Tussle anymore. That role, the communications role is being filled by me now, not that he was doing a great job of that. I understand that. But I did just want to update everybody here to that as well.
Okay, if there's nothing else, Jesse, thank you. Thanks for putting on this little presentation discussion, and thanks for taking one for your team because you're in a difficult spot right now.
Thank you.
Okay, moving along. Approval of the minutes. First up, February 17th, 2026 meeting.
Please allow me to share. Thanks.
As soon as the computers come up, we'll look for a motion to approve. Motion by Drobnik, second by Hodek. Any discussion regarding the February 17th, 2026 meeting minutes? Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote.
Joe Baratka, approve.
Hey, Joe.
Thank you, Jill. Oh no, Larry. Just wait for Larry.
Yep.
Do you want a voice vote and I'll put it in?
Yes. Okay, everybody has voted.
And the February 17th, 2026 meeting minutes have passed 12 yes, 0 no.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Approval of the minutes from April 21st, 2026. That would be last Tuesday's meeting. Looking for motion to approve. Motion by Werko, second by Spacek. Any discussion regarding those minutes? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote.
Joe Baratka, approve.
Thank you, Joe. And the meeting minutes of April 21st, 2026 passed 12 yes, 0 no.
Okay, next up, resolutions. Number 1, resolution requesting Wisconsin Counties Association lobby state legislature and governor on legislation for greater local control for Wisconsin counties. Whereas local governments in Wisconsin are closest to the people they serve and are best positioned to understand and address the unique needs, priorities, and challenges of their communities. etc. You can read the rest for yourself if you haven't. Line 38, now therefore be it resolved that the Price County Board of Supervisors hereby requests the Wisconsin Counties Association consider this issue and or adopt this resolution and lobby the Wisconsin State Legislature and Governor to support any and all efforts and legislation that would give local elected bodies greater control in regulating large-scale wind and solar projects in the best interest of their communities. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the Wisconsin Towns Association, all local and state legislators who represent citizens across Price County, the governor, and all county boards in Wisconsin for consideration, support, and action. Motion by Drobnik, second by Kopish to approve. Any discussion? Everybody comprehend or see what this is about? Okay, hearing notice, Ms. Stephen.
Is someone considering putting those like a tower farm like you see in Iowa somewhere in Wisconsin?
I'll let Mr. Trimner address that, but as of right now, nobody in this county is looking to put anything anywhere. I don't know about anywhere else.
So this came from a lot like WCA altogether, as they were asking for all the counties to support this because it's a PSC, the Public Service Commission. They right now control the size, like if it's a certain size solar farm or a certain size wind farm, that goes under the PSC instead of local control. So what they're saying is that's where this all came from. We locally want more control over the ability to have those larger solar farms or not when they come in. So it would be more of putting in local regulations and allowing us to dictate other
Putting
avenues
something
of
in place before they actually come here and want
Yeah.
to do it.
But
As
right
far
now,
as rules, regulations.
Yeah.
and
So
that.
right now you can't because that's under the PSC. If it's, I don't remember the no. It's like if it's more than 1 megawatt, or I don't remember the actual scales that are controllable or uncontrollable.
So basically, we're just saying to the, yeah, I mean, but this resolution is putting it forward to the WCA basically.
Which they're
So
already working on.
They're kind of our lobbyists at state level. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and vote.
Joe Borodka, yes.
Thank you. Resolution 526, requesting Wisconsin Counties Association lobby state legislature and governor on legislation for greater local control for Wisconsin counties, passed 12 yes, 0 no.
Okay, moving on. Resolution number 2. Budget amendments for fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025. Came from executive. Whereas the Price County Board of Supervisors at their November 12th, 2024 meeting, after public hearing, adopted the 2025 budget for Price County and et cetera. Be it resolved that the Price County Board of Supervisors at their April 9th, 2026 meeting, that the 2025 budget as adopted be amended to include the amendments as described, as attached. And be it further resolved that the county clerk be instructed to publish a Class 1 notice within 10 days of these amendments, informing the public of these particular changes. Motion by Erickson, second by Kopish. Discussion. Nick, you want to cover this real quickly?
Yes. So every year we do 2 different type of end of year resolutions to amend the budget or to review the budget. So the first one is the amendments. And these amendments, for example, are like you made a resolution to do a project, a capital project, or a grant project. We don't amend during the middle of the year. So, for example, when we get the money for the bathrooms at Big Falls, you have gone through the whole process to say, apply for it, get it, do the project. Joe, for example, if I use Big Falls, the forestry department would spend the money out of their account, out of their budget. And then at the end of the year, we would make that budget adjustment based on the resolution saying you are allowed the use of grant money, or so then you'd have a higher revenue, which it would have been in there anyways, and the expense. So then they offset. We can't change that without this resolution. So all this is doing is aligning up decisions that were made throughout the whole year, whether it's grants, extra revenues, anything that you approved, to make the budget align with those decisions that were talked about throughout the year.
Any questions, discussion? Basically, we're just reconciling the budget to what we actually did over the
To
course of
the
the year.
decisions that you made, not necessarily what you did. So the
Okay,
next
yeah.
one will be what happened throughout the year. So for example, and I not picking on this department, the jail, right? It's over budget. So we put $1 million in the budget. We spent we spent $50,000 more. We have to come forward with a resolution saying this is the reasons why it was over budget, and then you guys approve that. That's separate. That's a different way of looking at it. This is just saying we know we were receiving a grant. We finally received the grant. Here's the offset. Here's the expense. We spent it, so that budgeted expense goes up. Here's the revenue, so the budgeted revenue goes up. There's another unique thing with this is this has to be a 3/4 vote because it's a budget amendment. So in this case, we need 10 yeses to pass it. If you don't pass it, it still happened. It just doesn't adjust the line items because it's all based on resolutions or motions throughout the year.
Any questions? Okay, we'll go ahead and vote.
Joe Baradka, yes.
Thank you, Joe. And Resolution 6-26, budget amendments for fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025, passes 12 yes, 0 no.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Resolution number 3, create full-time position for additional children's long-term support social worker, behavioral health unit, and administration presented this. Whereas in recent years, the state of Wisconsin added numerous mandates and program expectations which increased county workload and cost for the behavioral health unit. And whereas the workload for the behavioral health unit has steadily increased over the past several years in children long-term support cases due to the state mandating the elimination of a wait list for new client enrollment, causing caseloads in the CLTS to grow to unreasonable levels, etc. Now therefore be it resolved that the Price County Board of Supervisors does hereby approve the creation of up to 2 additional full-time and/or part-time behavioral health social worker positions within the Health and Human Services Department and requests the Administration Committee to approve the recruitment process for the positions. Motion by Spacek, second by Kopish. Mr. Warko, you want to, because this has to do with hiring, does the administration have anything to do with it, or?
Well, we approved it at administration meeting. Currently, we're at 71 clients because you can't have a waiting list. And we got one person doing that. And the state recommends 25. So we need 2 more additional people. And it should be noted that it's levy neutral for us. The state picks up the tab.
Any questions?
I was good. I put it on the screen. I know, fancy. Okay, so it calls out the part-time. Is there anything I'm assuming we want full-time, that's the goal, but if they do end up hiring part-time, is there a limit to how many people they can have? Is there a different workload? Because they say up to 25, if it's part-time person, does that lower that?
We could ask Sarah.
No, so we will be recruiting full-time. What the part-time behavior, what it means is there's actually CLTS and CCS or CSS, CCS. So there's 2 different programs, so they'd be part-time in one and part-time in the other. So they would go under CLTS as we want one full-time CLTS worker. The other one, we want full-time CLTS, but there may be some CCS work in there, which is also covered by the state. It's another program. It's just where you get the funding from. So they would be part-time CLTS, part-time CCS, a full-time equivalent worker. So that's what that means.
Ms. Hodak.
I would just like to state, and I state it over and over and over again, that we have an awesome person who handles all of those cases. And she's been with us for 20 years, I believe I'm correct. And, you know, there's going to come a time when she could just walk away and say, I'm so burned out, I can't do this. And so this will be wonderful because she'll be able to mentor these people that are coming in, and we hopefully won't lose her as well.
Yeah, I think it's critical that we get her some help.
Yeah.
She's being overloaded and she's going to burn out.
Yep.
And it's not going to cost us anything as far as tax levy goes.
Yep.
Any further discussion? Okay, we'll go ahead and vote.
Joe Baratka, yes.
Thank you, Joe. Resolution 7-26 passes 12 yes, 0 no to create full-time positions, additional behavioral health social worker.
Okay, thank you. Next up, appointments. This is just for the record, for information only. We don't have to do any voting or anything on this. Price County Veterans Service Commission, term ending 12/31/28, Charles Lovelace. Price County Nutrition Advisory Council, terms 5/1/26 through 4/30/2028, Robin Nielsen, David Schmidt, and Danny Huffman. Price County Transportation Coordination Committee, terms 5/1/26 through 4/30/28, Patricia Stephen, Jonathan MacArthur, Jason McMillan. Ogama Library, term 5/1/2026 through 4/30/2029, Alan Schnepp. Park Falls Public Library, term 5/1/2026 to 4/30/2029, Bob Kopish. Price County Library Committee, term 5/1/2026 through 4/30/2029, Paula Hodak, Karen Tessmer, Jess Weir. And lastly, Phillips Library Board, term 5/1/2026 through 4/30/2028, Paula Hodak. Anybody have any questions? Comments? Okay, we got them in the record. Moving on. Standing committee appointments. You all have your committee assignments. Some of them are going to be temporary because we have a hole right now that needs to be filled as far as the full board. We'll cross that bridge when we get a new person in that position. First up is the administration committee. I'll call that to order. They need to elect a chair. Administration is Joe Baratka, Michelle Drobnik, Paula Hodak, and Jordan Spacek. Those 5 board members can nominate and vote for a chairperson.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I nominate Mr. Wartko for chair.
Okay, Mr. Worko's been nominated. You assume he accepts. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to close the nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Mr. Wartko.
Motion is made by Ms. Hodak to cast an unanimous ballot for Mr. Worko as chair of administration. All those, do you want to do that written ones or just voice?
Voice.
Just a reminder, only those committee members can vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Wait a
Aye.
minute. I'm sorry. We got to back up. We didn't have a second on that motion.
You moved it, but yeah, you can do that. Go.
I'll second it.
Second by Jordan.
Second.
Yep.
All right. All those in favor of a unanimous vote signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Joe Baratka, aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Worko,
Take
I'm going to
over
turn
the
it
meeting.
over to you now for
Thank you.
vice chair.
We have to elect a vice chairman. Is there a nomination for vice chairman?
I'll nominate Paul Hodak for vice chair.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, a motion would be in order to cast a unanimous ballot for close nominations and cast a unanimous vote.
Joe Baratka would make that motion.
I do need a second for that.
He's staring at each other.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's carried. And with that, that will adjourn the administration portion of the.
Okay. And the next meetings are on your calendar that y'all should have got in your packet as far as committee meetings. Number 2, call to order Forestry and Parks, Buildings and Grounds Committee. Those on that are Jennifer Bratka, Michelle Drobnik, Doug Erickson, Jordan Spacek, Patricia Stephen. Those are the 5 that can vote. Looking for a nomination for chair.
I nominate Doug Erickson for chair.
We have a nomination for Doug Erickson. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, looking for motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Ms. Stephen. Second. Do I have a second?
A second.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Nope.
Second by Mr. Spacek. All those in favor of the resolution to, or gonna need a motion to approve, right?
You said all in favor. All in favor.
I mean, sorry. All those in favor of nominating Mr. Erickson as chair unanimously signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, it's your meeting, Mr. Erickson.
We need to elect a vice chairman. I'll open the floor for nominations.
I'll nominate Michelle Drobnik.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? We need a, look at that motion. We need a second on that.
I'll make a motion to nominate Michelle as vice chair.
I'll second.
That is carried. We'll close nominations. Cast a ballot. All in favor, unanimous ballot. All in favor say aye.
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 That is closed.
Is your meeting adjourned?
Meeting adjourned?
In case anybody's wondering why this is a little awkward, this is the first time we're doing it this way as a board.
And it's so that we
Sorry, and
can,
I'm sticking to it.
yeah. The only reason, in the past, we would have the committee meetings starting next week and there'd be no chair. So you really aren't, based on your rules, in order to have an agenda, you have to have a chair approve it. So we're doing this so the chairs can approve their agenda going forward.
Okay, next up, Health and Human Services Board. I'll call that board to order.
I nominate Paula Hodak for chair.
I'm sorry, what?
I nominate Paula Hodak for chair.
We have a nomination. I was going to read who's on the board, our committee. Those on the Health and Human Services Committee, Mr. Bratka, Ms. Hodak, Mr. Kopish, Ms. Stephen, and Mr. Wartko. We have a nomination for chair by Mr. Kopish. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
I motion to close nominations and elect Paula Hodak as chair.
We have a motion by Mr. Kopish for unanimous approval by Ms. Hodek. Do we have a
I'll
second?
second that motion.
Second by Baratka. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Meeting's yours, Ms. Hodek.
Okay, thank you very much. Our next line of duty here is to elect a vice chair. The floor is now open to nominations.
I'll nominate Bob Kopish.
Nomination for Mr. Kopish. Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Is there a motion to close the nominations?
Motion to close nominations.
And we'll cast a unanimous ballot?
Yes.
Okay. Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
I'm sorry, was that Patty?
That was
Okay.
Patty, yes.
Joe Baratka will second that motion.
Okay, sorry, Joe. Okay, Joe's got it. All right. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion's been made. And before we adjourn, the next meeting now will be May 13th. Adjourned.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 4, Land Use and UW Extension Committee. Call that committee to order. Those on the committee are Ms. Baratka, Ms. Drobnik, Mr. Erickson, Mr. Kopish, Mr. Ulrich. Looking for a nomination for chair.
I'll nominate Bob Kolbish for chair.
We have a nomination for Kopish for chair by Mr. Erickson. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing none, look for a motion to close nominations and
So moved.
Mr. Ulrich makes that motion, and that's close nominations and
Yes.
unanimous ballot to
Cast
approve.
Unanimous ballot, yes.
We have a second.
I'll second that.
Second by Erickson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. It's your meeting.
Okay, we need to elect a vice chair, so I'll entertain motions for vice chair of the Land Use Extension Committee. I'll nominate Mr. Erickson, if I may. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other nominations? So I'll entertain a motion to close nominations and cast unanimous ballot for Mr. Erickson. Is there a motion?
Yes, I'll make that.
Mr.
motion.
Ulrich?
Yep.
Ooh. Is there a second? Second on the motion? I guess I can second it. I'll second it.
Mhm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Mr. Erickson is vice chair of the Land Use Extension Committee, and I will call the meeting as adjourned.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Number 5, Law Enforcement Committee. Call that committee to order. Those members are Ms. Baratka, Mr. Kopish, Mr. Polachek, Ms. Steven, Mr. Wardco. Looking for nomination for chair of law enforcement.
Nominate Mr. Polachek.
You beat me to it.
Kopish, Mr. Kopish nominates Mr. Polachek.
Second.
Second by Wardco. I don't know if we need that, but
Not for
any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, now we need a motion to close nominations and most likely a unanimous vote.
I make a motion to close nominations, cast a unanimous ballot.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Steven. Go ahead and vote. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Polachek. The meeting is
Okay.
yours.
Thank you. Next up on our agenda is to elect vice chair. Our nominations are now open for vice chair for Law Enforcement Committee?
I'll nominate Dennis Wortko for vice chair.
Patty Steffen has nominated Dennis Wortko. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll close nominations and instruct the clerk to cast a unanimous ballot for Dennis Wortko for Vice Chair of Law Enforcement Committee.
So moved.
Yeah.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion by Kopish and second by Steffen. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We've exhausted our agenda. We'll adjourn this meeting of law enforcement.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we're going to Committee of the Whole.
One quick thing.
Go ahead.
Many of you probably noticed we did miss the Highway Committee on this. So that was just something we missed. So Highway Committee will vote at their regular meeting. We'll work through that, but it was our first year, so we'll get her in 2 years from now. We'll make sure we get her right. Brian would do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we'll go into Committee of the Whole. First up, number 1, County Board Supervisor District 5 vacancy. Mr. Hastings has submitted his resignation. Because it's before June 1st, a rep can be appointed by the full board to fill the vacancy. And for the full term or until a special election. I can let the clerk go into, do you want to give any details on how this works?
Okay, yes. So let me get my bearings here. So basically, from my understanding, there's a choice for the board. In the past, I know there has been appointment, and that appointment falls upon the chair to appoint for District 5. And then there is a choice to keep that appointment for the remainder of the term or to go to special election, which would be November 3rd, added to the November 3rd. And upon appointment, we will advertise, it's in the policy and procedure rules, we would advertise for anybody who is interested in the position, who lives in the area of District 5, to contact the board chair and meet with him and others, and for possible appointment. That appointment would have to be approved by the full board.
Correct. We look for interest by posting it in the paper, and those people submit it to the board chair. The chair does not make the decision, the full board does. As chair, I would bring those names.
So the chair should interview and bring one name forward for approval. So the appointee.
But it still has to be full board.
Board has to make the full appointment. So if you look at your handbook, it's Exhibit A, Section 1, I think. It has what you guys follow, State Statute 59.103E, which is highlighted on the board. But above and beyond that, you've put in place, I believe 2 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, where there was confusion under the state statute that the board would give permission to the board chair to fill it. And that's all that was needed. You, as a board in the past, voted to add the extra step that the board confirms it, not just gives permission to fill the position. So under this, like the clerk was stating, it's based on the timeline. So if you choose before May 31st, June 1st, by June 1st, then it would go to the special election. You have the right as a board to choose. That's what the decision today will be, is so that can be advertised for. Do you choose your appointee, or the board chair chooses the appointee, you confirm until the next regular election, or do you go through the process of a special election? That's up to you guys. There is a additional work during a special election. It would be whatever that area is. We'll have extra stuff on the ballot, extra counting. There's more for the clerk to do. But again, that's up to you and how you as a board want this position filled, whether it's until January 1st with the special election November, or until the following April, 2 Aprils from now, when you guys all run together.
In the
Again,
interim,
so
can
you would either way
be
you fill it.
appointed
Yep.
to be fit until the election in
Yep.
November?
So either way the appointee comes forward, you can choose whether or not to confirm that appointee, but the process still happens either way for a interim position or an appointee. So they're either appointed till January 1st or appointed until
Next
whatever,
election.
2 years from now.
Mr. Ernst?
It's what
I can, s-
I'm number one on the list.
Well, I don't have
oh,
that
I
much
keep,
screen.
I had to close mine. My battery died, Mr. Wartko. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It did.
We don't.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to speak to this because this happened in 2018 when we lost Supervisor Heikkinen, Ron Heikkinen, and he was from my district. And at that time, besides putting the ad in the paper, which now many of us, many people don't get the paper, it was also sent, the ad was sent to the town that the district is part of, the towns that are part of that. So it could come to their town boards and they could also put that out there. And I think that's only fair to do it that way. That was actually how I found out about it, because it came to our town. I like the idea that we go to a special election, which I had to do because that was just an election year. And he passed away in June, I believe, right, Larry? I think from April being voted into June. So it was just a new position. And so I was appointed, and then I had to run again then in that January. Didn't have to wait for the next 2 years when the full board would run. So I just want to make sure that the town's people get that chance to see that this position is open, so that it's not lost and they don't see that.
And I think our clerk will assure us that you will do that.
Yep.
I will definitely, yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
So I guess the discussion is, go ahead, Mr. Warko.
Yeah, this is the fourth time this has happened since I've been on the board. The other 3 times we required them to go to the next election cycle and run.
That's how I got on it. My first
So
term.
I would just as soon see us stay consistent with that.
Mr. Kopish.
I concur. I think the people should decide who's representing them at the county board. So I wholeheartedly go for that having
Exactly.
it during a regular election, not a special election, but whatever the election cycle is.
It would be in November. It's stated in that
It'd
statute.
just
the
be
first
something special
Monday
on the
or
ballot, but there is
Tuesday
an
after.
election in November. So, okay, thank you.
I would agree with that. I think we should still appoint somebody to go from now until the election, until we don't want that.
The
seat
election
vacant.
would take place in November, but the actual things that, you get, just like you guys ran in April, or early April, it didn't start. The November election, individuals don't start till January, the first Monday or whatever, Tuesday. There's a statute that says when it starts. That's one thing we are clarifying is how the papers work, because right now, if you're running for that November election, you have papers out now, but this is slightly different because there would be no primary for it. It's just if people run or not. So we did reach out to WCA. I know the clerk did, I did, to confirm when the papers. First thing we have to do is appoint somebody. Then we'll figure out the paper process for any individual to run.
Any other comments, discussion? Do we need to vote on this for the record?
Yeah.
Okay, just for clarification, what I'm hearing is we'll put the notice out there for an appointee that will, from whenever that happens until the next election in November. In November, it'll be up to the voters to decide. The only thing we don't know is when the papers are going to be available and when they have to be submitted. Ms. Drobnik.
How long do they have for the appointment?
I'm sorry,
So once we post it, how long do they have to request to be an appointee or whatever? Like, what's the timeline we're looking at that to fill?
oh, what's the notice? That's a good question.
There's no time. I mean, we can pick 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 5 weeks. What would you like it to be?
It wasn't very
I mean,
long.
the biggest
Mine wasn't
problem.
very long.
Yeah, the biggest
Couple
problem is
weeks.
it's the timeline of our board meetings.
Yeah.
So we would try to make it so that it would end a week before when we have a board meeting. The agenda item would be appoint an individual. The interviews would happen, the appointee would come forward. So if we pick, if we can get the ad out right away, can we get it for the next board meeting, or will it be 2 board meetings? And then if you miss the June board meeting, you don't have a July board meeting. So then it's August. And so our goal would be to do it as quickly as possible. A lot of that has to do with
I
the
would like to see
newspaper.
as soon as we get it in the paper, and
Yep.
then 2 weeks after it's posted, hopefully, we'll be able to come to the next May board meeting with a name.
We'll get it.
Okay.
I like the idea. I like the idea that the townspeople get to vote for that person representing them and not coming from us as the board. I think that makes a lot more sense because that person has to take out the papers, which means they have to get out there and meet the people and get that word out. So it's a humbling experience.
Anything else? Ms. Drobnik?
Okay, so basically what you're saying then is you need to have the application or the submittal to be appointed by May 8th. So that way you can interview the week of the 11th. So that way we can have the decision by the 19th.
That sounds.
I
okay.
made that motion.
Okay.
Well, May 8th, if you're not going to get it done by May 8th.
No,
Why not?
That's pretty.
Because the newspaper doesn't even publish
Yeah.
till the 7th.
Why not?
And some town boards won't have their meetings yet.
Due date for the newspaper will be Friday, which then will go in next
Don't we have like
week's.
Mr. Laverne? Isn't he listening right now? Can you put that in the article?
LaVenture.
It won't.
Mr.
The
Kopish.
ad wouldn't be done.
Yeah, the worst case is if we miss this November election for some reason, we'll do it in the spring.
Right.
Well, we're not going to miss the November, I don't believe at all.
Well,
We're
it
just
depends.
talking
You
about
got to get somebody appointed.
somebody getting appointed.
Well, either way, you would do the election, whether you appoint somebody or not.
Oh, okay, so.
Yeah,
you-
the election
you
will
would have
happen.
no appointee, and then you'd have an open seat.
Correct. You
Okay, all
you
right.
may retain a vacancy all the way
Gonna
through
have that
that.
election regardless.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Yeah, the
Like,
election and the
discussion right
appointing.
now is to hopefully try to get it by our May meeting, which sounds kind of sketchy right now, but we'll just try, and if we can't.
Megan's thinking about this. Is that not enough time for a notice? Oh, okay. Okay.
Right now, the biggest issue for May would be getting it in the newspaper. It wouldn't be timely to give everybody a shot. So you're looking at June appointment.
Okay. That's what it'll have to be then, that's the way it works.
Yeah. Either way, what you're voting on today, though, and the only reason you're waiting to put the ad out is in the ad, are you saying this person will have to run or will not have to run in November? So the motion today needs to be you want a special election, which follows the state statute that's up there. You've made the decision that you're having the November election.
I will make that motion as Nick had stated.
I'll second that.
Okay, I'm gonna have the clerk read that back when she gets it in.
What did Tom have to say?
There's Tom's comment.
So Tom did say there will be a story, but that doesn't cover the legal ad.
Right.
Okay, I have motion Kopish, second Hodak to appoint for the County Board Supervisor District 5 vacancy now for the May meeting and to put the.
No. June.
Are we doing June? Okay.
We're doing June.
We
May's-
won't even put that.
I mean,
No.
none of this has to do with the appointing. Your motion should just be special election,
Yep.
no special election.
Yep.
Nothing
Okay.
to do with when and how you're appointing.
I think that's what I
covered under your-
seconded.
That's covered under
Yeah.
your board rules. Like, you don't need to
Oh,
recover
so we
that.
don't need the first part of the
No.
motion?
Just
Okay.
special election, no special election.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, so we'll put just the second part of that motion. Motion Kopish, second Hodak to put the County Board Supervisor District 5 vacancy on the November 3rd, 2026 special election. And I will roll call vote for that. Voice vote because some of the computers have lost battery, so we don't need to use them for the rest of the meeting. Jennifer Baratka, what's your pleasure? Yay or
Or
nay?
no?
Yes.
Joe Baraka online.
Yes.
Thank you. Michelle Drobnik,
Yes.
Brian Ernst.
Yes.
Doug Erickson,
Yes.
Paula Hodek,
Yes.
Robert Kopish,
Yes.
Larry Palachuk,
Yes.
Jordan Spacek,
Yes.
Patricia Steven,
Yes.
Jeff Ulrich,
Yes.
Dennis Worko.
Yes.
It is unanimous 12-0 that we will go to special election for District 5. Thank you.
And then going back to the process, the clerk will get the ad to the newspaper as soon as we can, which will be for next week, Thursday's paper. You're going to want to give somebody a week or two, and we're already missing the May meeting, so you might as well give them 3 weeks, and then the chair an opportunity to go through them, which puts it on your June board meeting.
And also to the towns, right?
Yeah,
To the
we'll,
town.
yeah, we'll
Got
get the
it.
word out.
Okay.
It's on record, the clerk's.
Okay, thank you. Just want them to have a vote.
Okay, we'll move on then. Board Chair Report, items 2, 3, and 4. We went through these all pretty much last Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly go through them. This is, basically your boilerplate agenda. If there's anything to report, the new chairs or current chairs, whatever, they can give us an update. If there's nothing since last Tuesday, we'll just keep moving on. I have nothing. We had a bug tussle update this morning. I don't have anything new on carbon credits or anything else for that matter. We discussed everything I've been dealing with in the last week. County Administrator's Report. We had that in the last meeting. You do have it in our packet. Is there anything you want to add from last week, Mr. Administrator?
Nope, just a quick update between, at the end of May, I will be going out to Washington DC. Some of you have already heard this because you were on the board before, but I was selected by the WCA to represent Wisconsin. They choose 20 people throughout the United States each year to go to its counties institute, it's called. So it's like a leadership institute. So I will be partaking in that. It's all covered by WCA and NACO. I'm there from May 31st to June 5th. I believe it's a Friday. So I will be taking part in that. That's my update.
Anybody have any questions for the administrator? Mr.
I just
Palchik?
want to say, go ahead, Larry.
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. I personally am very proud of you for
Yeah.
that, for
That
getting
seems-
that appointment, Nick. I'm sure you'll do Price County proud. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll echo that for the record.
Yep. For the record.
How do you like that for sunshine?
Okay, next up, there's nothing else, Nick? Good. Committee chair reports and administration. Mr. Workle, you got anything? Executive, I have nothing. Fortune Parks, Buildings and Grounds. Anything you want to say, Mr. Erickson? Health and Human Services, Ms. Hodak?
No report. Next meeting is May 13th.
Okay, next up, Highway Transportation, Mr. Palachuk.
I have nothing.
Land Use and UW Extension, Mr. Kopish, anything you want to?
When's the May meeting?
21st.
23rd?
First.
First.
21st. Okay, thank you, Michelle.
And last, law enforcement, Mr. Palachuk.
I have nothing.
You should probably clarify to the audience that we had these reports just a week ago.
Well, when I started this, I thought it did, but yeah, the
Yeah.
reason why there was no updates is because we did this at the last meeting because we had the outgoing chairs give their reports before. I'll ask the whole board, do you want to go over the financials? It'd be a kind of a rerun of
Oh,
last.
it's a rerun.
Oh, I didn't remember. I looked at it.
Yeah, it's up to you.
What was that executive you went?
Yeah.
Okay,
Move on.
unless somebody says they want to
Read.
go through that report. All right. will convene out of the committee of the whole. Date of the next meeting is May 19th, 2026. And if somebody else has something to say or share, I declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you.